Okay, I can't spend too much time recording this because time. Speed draws are fun to make, and I want to do more of them, so I'm doing more of them. Here's the next video. I hope you like it. Oh jeez, oh god, oh jeez. Hello, welcome back to another speed draw. I'm recording this at 1 in the morning on what I think is a Tuesday. I'm not sure at this point. Yeah, here's the last speed draw I did went really well. I really enjoyed making it, and it looks like a lot of you guys enjoyed watching it. So immediately after making that one, I was like, I want to make another one. So I just kind of started recording some sketches, and this is the one that came out, and I hope you guys enjoy it. One of you, I'll leave the comment on the screen here. One of you suggested that I start telling stories in this video, or in these videos. I think in literally any other drawing, that would be a good idea. In this one, no. As I've watched and rewatched this is very complicated. I feel like I could spend the entire video just describing why I'm doing the thing that I'm doing, and even then I probably wouldn't have enough time. As I'm sketching this, I guess I just kind of want to explain how long this one is. The last video I drew was rendered. The last video I drew was rendered at 20 FPS, so every keystroke I made, like, it was rendered so that for every second I was making a keystroke, it would record one frame, and then it rendered that at 20 FPS for the entire video. This one, I did the same thing, and the video was, at the very end, 26 minutes. I get the feeling that I can't keep your attention for 26 minutes. It'd probably be really boring if I recorded it at the same speed. So I actually, I reduced this by half. So this is running about twice as fast as the last speed draw, which I think is crazy. I guess, okay, so I think a part of why it's so long is that this drawing is way more complex than the last one by leagues and miles. The last one was very much like I can kind of just do whatever I want and figure it out, but for this one I kind of had a plan going in, and you can see a lot of the choices I made kind of reflect that. Like all these monsters in the background that I drew, I was kind of going for another radial symmetry here, and you can see how they're all kind of like that, but I'm also trying to make them unevenly dispersed. You can see how there are some things in the background that I don't end up keeping in the end. It's just very cluttered, and that's all by design to kind of give it that like spooky, uneven atmosphere. I guess where I'm going with all this is that, like, I actually had to think about this while I made it. I'm really happy with it. I think it looks sick. I remember at about this point when I drew that, what would I call that? Monster with the baby thing. When I drew that in the back, I called my dad into my room and I asked him how it looked, and I was like, hey, here's this thing I'm super proud of and I think it looks great, and he said, oh god. And then he said it's too much. I think it's fine though. Okay, this is a very big difference from what I was doing with the last speed draw. This is a just like testing color layer. None of the stuff I'm drawing right now I'm actually gonna keep. I was planning on doing the line art and then doing a blocking layer and then doing a shading layer and a detail layer, which in the final project became a lot more complicated than I really anticipated it to be. Yeah, here I'm just doing some line art. This is moving so fast. I don't know if you guys can tell. I do this all in one take. But yeah, you can see me do this line art. Just so I can't keep up with myself. Oh right, the floorboard. So I did all the floorboards with just line layers and just the line tool. I bet it kind of feels a little redundant that I redrew all the floorboards. That's just to make it look more natural and less consistent, because the whole horror aesthetic, I wanted it to be as uneven and unpredictable as possible. All of this probably doesn't make sense if you don't think about art as much as I do. But, that's just something we're gonna have to work through, guys. Yeah. You can see, while I do this line art in the back for, like, the characters in the very back row, I'm not doing that fine of line art. I'm kind of just winging it. There's a very specific reason for that, and it was pretty much just because I knew in the end I was planning on doing this very dark section. I called it dark air, but like just the surrounding space around those guys. I wanted to make that dark, so it really wouldn't make sense if I made the line art that good, because it's not going to be seen. I'm training to be an engineer, and what you learn as an engineer is do as least work as possible. And that's a very good philosophy to live by. Okay, now it looks like I finally started to start blocking things out and set base layers. So that's what all of this stuff is. You're gonna notice that the base layers look a little weird. I guess that's the best way to put it. The colors don't look quite right, but basically the way I was choosing these colors is I was going back to my experimental layer, and I was just ripping those and putting them in here, because why would I recolor it if the first coloring looked good? I think I said this already totally. I decided to record all of this audio at like 1 in the morning. I'm exhausted, and I can't think straight. This is fun. I feel like I'm gonna pass out. Yeah. I've contemplated starting to stream stuff. I have streamed in the past, but streaming can be sad. I said that in the last video, but I really started contemplating doing that on YouTube, because I think it'd be fun. So keep your eyes out for, I don't know, maybe if you want to watch me do this over the course of 2 weeks. That might be a fun thing for you to watch. I'm not sure. It'd be nice to see you guys. Everyone has been so kind, and I really appreciate you all. You guys make it a million billion times more fun. I know you guys, you don't even see it, but I really appreciate everything you guys say. Yeah, ooh, okay. Here's something I was kind of iffy about, especially considering YouTube's guidelines. Fleshy stuff. All of that flesh was kind of meant to be like a dark reddish thing, but in the end I decided to make it more fleshy and like actually bloody, and we'll see how that goes if this video gets taken down or not. I'm not sure. You can also see the girl here. I named her Pincushion while I was making her. If you remember, while I was doing that sketch layer, Pincushion's dress was like a blue and red. more blue and red. I decided to change that because well, for one, it's just like how it looked, but for two, I thought she looked too complicated. Like, everything else is complicated in the picture. Pincushion is by far the least complicated thing in the picture. Which is ironic because she even looks pretty complicated herself. But, oh, there's a name for it. But it's something I utilize all the time. When you want to draw attention to something in a drawing, you can do that through a bunch of different ways. You can use, like, opposite colors, light and dark, blah 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 blah. One thing that I think no one really pays attention to is detail. If you have a part of your drawing that's really detailed, people are going to spend more time on that part of the drawing just looking at it. If you have a part of the drawing that's more simple, then that's in a simple thing in a complicated piece is going to draw a lot more attention because your brain is just going to look for those little differences. So that's why Pincushion looks more... my brain wants to say felt, but she looks more basic compared to, you know, the bone monster hell beast in the background. It's a fun little art tip for you guys if you wanted it. You can also see I decided to do more of her solid shading first. Like, this is the shading that I kind of kept at the very end. This is all because I knew while I was drawing it, it wouldn't ever look even remotely right if the focus of the drawing looked right. So for, you know, what you guys didn't see, which was about 6 hours, the rest of the picture, which is what I'm filling in now, kind of just looks really bland. Yeah, you guys can probably definitely see all the flashing that's happening. That was just because I think there's 30 layers I used for this damn thing. This is way too much. This rug was a lot of fun, but it also gave me a lot of headaches. I wanted it to be like one of those old mom rugs that everyone has, or everyone's parents has, that everyone... you know it's in your house. You don't know how it got there. It's just always been there. So I spent a lot of time working on that. And then it looks like we're kind of getting a little closer to the end here. I thought it'd be cool. This is a very last minute decision, even though at the end it turned out to be fundamental to the entire composition. To have this top light on everything. To, number one, explain why Pincushion's lighting looks different than everyone else's. And number two, draw attention to her, because I felt like she kind of just looks like she was copy and pasted into the drawing last minute. Obviously she wasn't, but, you know, someone who's just looking at your drawing for the first time is not going to know that. So you kind of had to compensate for what people are gonna think when they see it. I'm just doing some finer detail work here. I forgot to put those pins in the bones back there at the very end, which I decided to put in now. And it's kind of starting to look good. I do a few chroma key changes just to make things stand out more, which is really the entire point of this entire drawing, where I talk about it. But yeah, there you go. This feels like it went by so fast, even though I know that was 14 minutes. That's what happens when you render it, what was it, 40 FPS, 30? I don't even remember that anymore. Yeah, I had fun with this. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm bowing in real life for some reason. I might try to sell this somewhere. Check the description. If it's not there, then I don't know. But anyways, I hope you guys like it. Have a good day. Bye! Bye! Wear your seatbelt. Wash your hands.